Hey everybody, Nick here, and today I got a quick little life lesson for you that hopefully you'll find interesting and compelling. So, I don't want to tell it as so often has been done in human history by telling a little story here. So, once upon a time, there's this kingdom, right? And it's a small kingdom, nothing too big, nothing too fancy, but just a little kingdom there. And in this kingdom, there was a king, as you might expect, and he was a reasonable good king, I suppose. There were also the lords, your ladies, your counts, your earls, etc. It's a kingdom, right? And the king, he's been kind of lonely lately, so he goes out, he goes to bars or whatever you do to find a person as a king, and he finds himself a wife because that's the way he swings. Great, and he says, "Okay, I'm gonna marry this chick, and I want a marriage. I want a big marriage because I'm a king, right? I deserve a big old marriage." And that was kind of his thing. And so he talks to his royal accountant. The accountant says, "Bro, yeah, if you want to do a big elaborate wedding, you're probably going to have to sell some of your jewels or your watches or whatever the heck it is kings buy these days." So king says, "You know what? I don't want to do that. So I'm gonna put out a tax. I'm gonna put a tax on all of the various nobles in my kingdom, on all the lords, the ladies, the earls, the counts, the I don't freaking know what other nobles are out there. But anyways, I'm gonna put a tax on them. I'll just charge them, 1,000 pieces of gold or something that'll support the wedding. Life will go." And most of the people, they paid up. He was a fine king. Hey, why not? A little wedding gift for the king. Why? It didn't really bother him. But then one count actually said, "No, I'm not paying that. I don't even like this king that much. What's the deal with it?" And the king was not super thrilled about that. So he, sent one of his, the tax collectors out there and said, "Hey, count, you should pay this tax, right?" And the count said, "Absolutely not. The king he's a jerk. Why am I?" He could just sell one of his freaking Rolexes and pay for this whole damn wedding, right? As some freaking fancy Patek. And the count said, "Absolutely not. I'm not paying this." And so they send out a constable and says, "Hey, yo, count, if you don't pay this tax, we're gonna kind of probably gonna just execute you, right?" And the count's like, "Absolutely not. That is unjust. It's not acceptable, etc. And I am not gonna pay this tax no matter what." And so then the king sends out his army. He sends out, a group of soldiers, complete with with one of the high-end generals sitting there, and says, "Hey, count, look, you're either paying this tax right now, or we're taking you over to the tower and want to cut your head off." Count says, "No, this is unfair, this is unjust, this is not a battle I am going to lose." And fair enough. So they take the count that is into custody. They bring him over to the tower. The warden of the jail says, "Hey, Lou, we're going to cut your head off. You want to pay the damn tax?" Count says, "No, absolutely not. This is unfair." So they take him up to the tower. The king asks the guy one last time, "Hey, bro, it's gonna be a nice wedding. I'll save you some, the shrimp or whatever it is you eat at weddings. I don't know. But anyways, I'll save you that. You should pay up. Otherwise, I got big old, executioner dude over there with a big old heavy axe, and he's gonna cut your damn head off. You okay with that?" The count said, "This is unfair. This is unjust. I want to live in a kingdom of justice, or I don't want to live at all." And so the king sighs and, brings the count over to the big chopping block, puts his head down there on the thing, puts his neck out there. The executioner raises the big heavy axe. King says, "One more time, you got to pay." Count says, "Nope." And then the king says, "Okay, go for it." Executioner starts dropping the axe. The count yells out, "No, I'll pay. But it's too late, and bam, it cuts his head off, clean off. And, it was a true tragedy. And the moral of this story, of course, is that you should never hatchet your counts before they chicken. Anyways, there you go. I hope this was interesting. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye now.